Hello there. It's Larry J. Austedo. Would you believe that? I could have my name changed to that legally. Austedo or psilocybe. How about psilocybinski for Podsabinsky? We exchanged the two. I love how that rhymes. It's like the delays. So the problem has been, and this third trip was to run into this video explanation of check-in dosage number 3 on this Tardive Dyskinesia drug. The volume wasn't right. I think it might be right on this one. I'm not sure. Does it look right on the graphs on the screen? No, it don't. Fuck, it sounds right in the room. Why ain't it on the screen? Anyway, this is the third time I'm trying to do this. Just fucking nicotine down. But, so we're talking about my hands and my steadiness of hand from the Tardive Dyskinesia medication, 18 milligrams, now from 6 to 12 to 18 we're on. My hands are very steady now compared to before, right? But, however, there's still neurological involvement, like right where can you see, right in here, right in here. At different times it'll just start like twitching away, you know, and my fingers will move a little bit. In the last video I did, you could see while I was talking about other things and using my hands and they were involuntarily moving, the fingers were not quite totally still for the burning away of the nerves from the extremities is what Tardive Dyskinesia is, a side effect of some drugs, especially antipsychotics. And I understand, I read a piece, and then I talked to a pharmaceutical chemist, quality control friend of mine, and he said, yeah, he's kept his ear on Tardive Dyskinesia because it can happen to different drugs, and they can be sued pharmaceutical companies, so they're always worried about it, you know, but they don't know it already causes it until it shows up later, like the chlorpromazine, or generic name Thorazine, was invented in 1950 in Paris. So they weren't evil people. My grandmother was born in Paris, you know, she worked in the cafeteria in World War II, where she met my, World War I, where she met my grandfather, who was an American serviceman there, an immigrant from Europe, just when he was 6 years old. And he fought in World War I and met my grandmother in Paris. So they're not bad people. They wouldn't allow something evil to be built of this drug for evil purposes. You know, I mean, they didn't discover Tardive Dyskinesia. They discovered the drug was made for stomach problems in 1950. And then in 1952 it made its way to the psychiatric circles in Paris, avant-garde, like cutting edge, like made not only calmed the psychotic people down, it made their delusions go away. You know, so avant-garde, cutting edge technology at the time. So, but it was 1964. That would be what, 12 years later. 12 years later, they discovered that Tardive Dyskinesia existed from taking antipsychotics, especially Thorazine. I was on in the 1970s with high dosages to function for that year I worked, and my best job I ever had at the time of my life on my own, paying my own way, and I ended up with that job, and until I had to get off of Thorazine for various reasons. So I ended up being in the emergency room, and it's in my book, In the Grip of Paranoid Schizophrenia. Third edition is the one we want. The final edition is the third edition. There are reasons for that that I didn't explain anywhere. I did it in the videos, but they don't all show up in one place with have my name in there. I don't understand. But anyways, so I was thinking, where did I predict I might end up at 18 and 24 milligrams? Because I can feel the warmth of my palms touching each other now, my surface of my skin, where the Tardive Dyskinesia burns the nerves away from the surface to the extremities as you take it day by day. I knew this in the 1970s. In the 80s, I had this condition, and I just ignored it because it was permanent until this new drug came up in the last year or two. It's a year or so here, and these new drugs are coming out for this. Amazing how they can turn. I said that the layering of the nervous system on to here was it last from the 6 to 12 milligram dosage, then from the 18 milligram dosage, it goes down to my hands. My hands. My grip is like it's never been before. Because from a young age, I was attacked. These nerves were under attack from like age 17 on, when I should have been developing strength as a young adult, I was kept weak by these nerves of strong control, and the somatic peripheral sort of nervous system, I believe it would be, instead of the autonomic nervous system, is the other side of the peripheral nervous system, which the autonomic is the unconscious control of organs and bodily functions, heartbeats and stuff like that, breathing, is that part of the nervous system. And the somatic part is the voluntary movements, which is what, I'm shaking there now, but I'm saying, if I want to say, you can move voluntarily and do what you want to do, I mean, yayo, I mean, so that's the part that's affected then, of the nervous system. The somatic part of the peripheral nervous system is what's affected, and then what these drugs work on to strengthen, and I've got a stronger grip than ever before, but not on my fingers. I still get this involvement, like I say here, twitching wildly. It's not my pulse, blood beat, heartbeat, it's twitching too fast. And it goes like that. There's still neurological involvement in my extremity of my hands. Anyway, and my feet, I don't know. They're not as numb as they usually get, falling asleep, sitting in a chair for so long. So maybe that's working there too. My knee is much better now. My legs are much stronger too. My nervous system is much more intact. So, but will we have to go up from 18 to 24 milligrams? I don't know. I'll have to meditate on that some more for the next while here. While I just got that prescription in last week. So it's only been about a week, going on a week. So it looks good. I'm glad this treatment came along. I wasn't expecting it. I'm very, really, my heart is upbeat about it for all the damage it did to me for so many years. I thought it was permanent and forever after. I was a victim of the war on my mind, on my society against me, and that's all delusions, illusions, and just going by the wayside, by the truth of this treatment now makes it better. Thank you for it. We might have to go to 24 milligrams, I don't know. This was from my practitioner. And anyone interested in tardive dyskinesia, this is what we're doing. Austedo, it's called. The one I'm on. There's different drugs. I'm not trying to be biased over one over against another. This is one they tried me on. That's working. Great. How do we turn this off? Can I get over here?